Yo, what is happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and today I am going to be putting in, for what it's worth, my 2 cents on this whole Black Bolt scandal. I don't use that word lightly, the whole Black Bolt scandal, but not just talking about Black Bolt, but basically the new release policies, as it were, for a lot of the coming up characters, a lot of the teams, a lot of the way that they've been doing things recently. And honestly, with the Black Bolt, it's really grinding my grineers to the point where I was like, you know what, everyone else has been making videos talking about how they feel. I thought I would jump on the bandwagon and put in my own 2 cents worth. As I say, for what it's worth, I'm not massively happy about it whatsoever. I'm really not. Now, for those of you that know, I will be getting Black Bolt. I will be getting him at a 5-star unlock as a legendary. But the way that they've done it to make it unattainable for anyone that's free to play, regardless if you finished in the top like 2,000 in the first 2 blitzes for these characters, just literally having no way of getting them whatsoever. It feels like a really bad move in my opinion. But more than that, I feel like the more characters are coming around, and characters are dropping on us fast and furiously. You know, they are coming left, right and centre. And there's still so many characters that are being brought into the game, and we're still unable to farm them out. And I feel like it's just got a little bit much. So even if you do buy the offer, or have to buy both the offers, then you've got to get lucky with RNG on how many fragments, how many shards you get from those orbs. And then say you get a character like Sif, for example, no, sorry, Strife, for example, bought the offer, leveled him up to level 65. He's only 3-star, he's only got 1 red star on him. He's not really going to be viable to my roster for quite some time now, until I can farm him out properly and really put some gear in. I say that breath with the same as Mr. Sinister, Graviton, Ghost Rider. Special mentions going there for Thanos, Black Widow and Minerva. Alright, now I get Thanos is only ever going to be farmable via Premium Orb. I get that now with Minerva as well. I totally understand how big a character she is within things like Fear the Darkness. And I just don't think we're ever going to see a node or a game mode where we're able to obtain a ton of Minerva shards. I get that. I've type of made peace with it. And that's okay for me because I've got a 6-star Minerva. But as a free-to-play player, that's going to be a fairly tough pill to swallow. You know, you're going to have to save up your premium orbs. But eventually, you should be able to unlock her, right? So that's one thing. Where it gets really difficult, and the same with Black Widow as well. Honourable mentions go to Captain Marvel and Coulson, but they're not farmable, but we get a huge amount of their shards anyway through the milestone orbs. They've had their own events and stuff like that, so they're excluded. As a free-to-play player, you can still farm Captain Marvel, Agent Coulson at a fairly decent rate, but then there's so many characters that you can't, and I've just favorited them all here. I just went through my whole roster, started favoriting them. Namor, Mr. Fantastic, Colossus has been out for well over a year and now is still only available in Premium Orbs. Sif, Hiemdall, Hela, Human Torch, Elsa Bloodstone, The Thing, Graviton, Mr. Sinister, Ghost Rider, Strife, Yo-Yo has not yet been released, but again, we don't know how she's going to be farmable, and she's not going to be released and get a node straight away or anything like that. I don't know, man. I really don't like the direction this is going. And a massive honourable mention needs to go for Rescue as well, because the way that you farm Rescue, obviously being obtainable in the Blitz Orbs only, and we use those Blitz credits for War and all that type of stuff, and there's still other characters that you need in there. Now, if you're like me and you've got all the other characters in the Blitz store, it's not really worth opening all those Blitz Orbs up with the chances of just getting Rescue until another character is released. Then I can open them orbs up for fun, and at least I've got one other character that I might be able to hit as well, and get a little bit of gold out of it. But at this point in time, Rescue's in a real iffy situation for me. She's in a real hit and miss situation. But where it comes to people like Colossus, who I feel like has been in the game a long time. Colossus has been in the game a long time. He's level 70 on my roster, 4 red stars, 52k power. You know, I can't take him up much higher than what I've already got him. And the fact that I still can't farm him, he's only available in like premium and mega and stuff like that. It's not really good enough, man. It's not really good enough. I don't mind picking up the offers. I don't mind picking up the offers. I don't mind supporting the game and things like that. But the turnaround from when they're released to when they're farmable seems too long. And now with Black Bolt, we have even a worse situation where I was expecting them to do what they did with the Sinister Six. Just before the Black Bolt event comes up, I was expecting it towards the end of this month. Black Belt event comes up. All of a sudden, Hela's put into the Raid store. Hiemdall's put into the Blitz store. You know, Sif's put into the arena. Whatever way they were going to do it. Sweet. I was type of expecting them to become farmable. And even at that point, it's going to be maybe 1%. Maybe less than 1% of free-to-play players are going to be able to get them on the first time round. Maybe less. But if you had picked up one offer on each of the characters as a whale / dolphin, you would have had the opportunity to pick up Black Bolt on the first go round. Now, unless you've really picked up at least an offer on all of them, gone uber hard on the Blitz, you're still not going to be able to get Black Bolt. And that, to me, feels a little bit scummy. It really does. It feels a little bit wrong. And I'm not saying that free-to-play players should guarantee get legendaries the first go-round. I'm not saying that at all. But at least have the opportunity to maybe go for them. You know, if they get super lucky and like grind super hard and stuff like that, I feel like at least having the opportunity is a fairly big thing. Like Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, Colossus, The Thing, they're all out now in their own like premium orbs and stuff like that. But I can't really farm The Thing. I can't get him to that 6th star. Same as Human Torch, same as Mr. Fantastic. I do a premium orb video opening where we open about 40 to 50 premium orbs every week or two. And if I'm lucky, I might get 15 to 20 shards a week for one of the characters, something like that, you know? Like, they need to be, if they're going to be bombarding us with all these characters and everything like that, great, I'm all for it. I'm never going to moan about, oh, there's too much content to do in the game. I'm not going to moan about that, you know? But having to commit an incredible amount of time to a Blitz rotation where after you've hit your milestones, there's not really a huge amount of reward to keep ploughing in there apart from the additional stones and that. There's a very high time investment for a very low reward back. So I feel like they need to I feel like they need to start turning these teams over a little bit quicker, you know, to the point where you can use them, to the point where they're incredibly viable. And don't get me wrong, like my Asgardian team, stacked. In my opinion, my Asgardian team is pretty stacked. I've got like a 260k Asgardian team there. You know, if I just look purely on the Asgardians, that's a solid team, man. 52k Sif, 48k, 46k, 60k, and 52k. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. So I'm going to get Black Bolt, but whoa, did I have to spend an awful lot of money to be able to get Black Bolt? And in my instance, it's a little bit different because I'm spending the money with the hopes of growing my channel, you know, with the hopes of being able to provide more content for you guys. But I feel like one offer should have been okay. You know, like one or two, like it should have been okay. Where it's not. And for the guys that aren't spending money, just to have no attempt whatsoever, you know, like if you're playing the game since day one, you should be able to get it, man. If you've picked up one offer on each of these guys as, let's say, a dolphin rather than a whale, you should be able to pick up the legendary on the first go round. It's a tough situation. It's getting to the point where if this is how legendaries are going to be introduced, I don't want to keep buying the characters. And that's how I feel about it right now. And I feel like this is such a bad move overall, because we're not just pissing off free-to-play players. we're pissing off whales. We're pissing off people that have spent a lot of money. A lot of people are going, well, if that's the case, I'm going to save me dough. And I feel like that's a bad move for the game overall. I don't know how they can combat it. I don't know what they can do now to make it right, as it were. The event comes out in like 3 days or something like that. And even, like, this bit got me as well. I've got to be honest, right? Even on the characters that were coming out, the daily rewards for the legendary, who did they double up on? They doubled up on Thor, who's farmable. He's a tough farm. He's only farmable from the raid credits, but he's farmable, right? Then they doubled up on Loki, who's got a node. Why didn't we double up on Hela? Come on, why didn't we double up on like Sif, Hiemdall? These guys haven't got nodes. Heimdall's a little bit different. I try to get why they didn't double up on Hiemdall because of his events running. What about Sif and Hela? Come on, man. Like, I'm all for spending money. I'm all for supporting the game. But it's got to be a little bit of give and take. And now Fox and X have done a lot right this month. You know, they've given us like some incredible prizes, some really, really cool events, some awesome orbs, which has got us more gold and all that type of good stuff. They've done so much right. But I feel like this one wrong move has undone all that goodwill and then some. Really do. And I hope they can find a way to fix it. I hope they can maybe bring back Black Bolt within the month, you know, but make these guys semi-farmable and bring back the event as soon as humanly possible to try and make this right. Because at the moment it feels like it's in a real bad situation, and I don't know personally if I want to continue spending money on all these characters if they're going to be this far between me spending the money on them and me being able to farm them out to complete them. It's just so far away. Like, Strife for me at this point in time, total waste of money. Total waste of money. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I know a lot of you are asking me my thoughts on it. I might have just ranted a little bit. I might have gone off into a tangent. I feel pretty strongly about the issue. And I'm getting Hela. You know, I'm getting Hela. But I've spent more money than I wanted to get Hela. Black Bolt. I'm getting Black Bolt, but I've spent more money than what I wanted to do that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, guys and girls. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm intrigued to know where everyone stands on this. I really am. I don't like moaning videos. I don't like. I find it too easy to moan about stuff. You know, you got to look for the good in situations. But in this particular situation, I've had to come out and let you guys know how I feel about it, and I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all. But guys, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to keep up to date with more of our Marvel Strike Force content. And just remember, I love your face, and I'll see you on the flip side.